everyone. It is January the 2nd, 2017, and I am going to make this video to kind of recap my 2016 and go over kind of what my goals are and what I'm going to be doing here in 2017 and what I'm wanting to accomplish. So, like many people out there, a lot of people will say that 2016 sucked for whatever reason. Yes, I can probably say that 2016 was not the greatest year for me, but I'm not going to say that it sucked, because although I had some experiences in 2016 that I would rather not have had, I think that those experiences certainly have allowed me to become a stronger person, and those experiences also have given me a lot of motivation for why I'm doing what I'm doing and following a plant-based, lifestyle, and why I want to continue doing that, and the changes that I'm making now. I have reasons for that, and part of those reasons are for what I've experienced in 2016. So I need to be thankful for that. I need to be grateful for those experiences, because had I not gone through what I've gone through, I may still be in the same place I was, 2 years ago. So I'm practicing being thankful and grateful, and just knowing that everything happens for a reason, and it's gonna just make me do that much better for myself in the year now, 2017. So without really going into too much of what happened in 2016, many of you know that I have a chronic illness. I have lupus, and I had a pretty significant flare in 2016 that I'm still dealing with. However, I am much better than I was, so very thankful for that. But it was difficult. Like, I ended up having to go off work for 4 months. There were days at the worst part of my flare that I couldn't walk and I couldn't get out of bed because of the pain and inflammation and fatigue. I had to use a cane. I ended up getting shingles. I could just go on and on about what I've been through health-wise this last year. And it sucked. Like, let's not beat around the bush. That really sucked. But it's given me a lot of motivation for why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I know that the changes that I'm making to what I'm eating and moving my body and my mental focus and my mental place in this world, all that's going to have a profound effect on my health. And I know that this year I'm going to see large improvements. I'm working on getting off of some of my medication. Excuse me. So I have a lot of motivation, and it's thanks to that experience for why I'm really feeling like I need to, kick some butt here. But a lot of great things also happened in 2016. I went to Portland for the Portland Veg Fest back in October, and I met some really wonderful people there. Janine from Banana Wisdom, Jenny from Team Broccoli, Amy from Fruity Foodie. Sorry, Amy. A little tongue-tied there. Shannon, Lee, and Eddie from the Veggie Nuts. Who else did I meet? Diane. I met Chef AJ. How can I miss her name? And Shada. And I kind of met Dr. Goldhammer, kind of not like personally, hey, my name is this kind of meeting, but I was at a potluck where he was there as well, and he gave a talk, and I went to his talk at the Veg Fest as well, and bunch of other people I met. Sabine from Wonder Bean, her and I drove down to the Veg Fest together, so that was a great time. We really got to know each other on that little trip. And a few other people that we met there along the way as well. So it was a really, really great experience overall. Most importantly, I think the experience that I remember the most for this year was also being at Veg Fest, but was meeting Heather from the Butterfly Effect Plant-Based Extreme Weight Loss. I met her. She's taken off over 200 pounds following Chef AJ's Ultimate Weight Loss Program. And she just inspires me so much. So meeting her was definitely a huge experience for me, and one that I will not forget. And I hope to go visit her again soon, because we don't really live that far away. She's down there in Portland and I'm up here in British Columbia. So we're about, 5 or 6 hours driving apart. So certainly I could drive down there and we could visit, and it, wouldn't take too much to get there. But certainly meeting her was definitely inspiring, and she's given me a lot of support, among other people, but she's given me a lot of support throughout my journey. And, when I've been feeling like stumbling, when I have stumbled, she's really helped me to put things into perspective. And definitely I am very inspired by her to keep going, because, if she can do it, I can do it. And it's about time. So, I'm just tired of the whole yo-yo dieting scene, and starting and stopping and starting and stopping and losing and gaining, and you know how that goes. I'm just done with that, and it's time. So, having said that, 2017, let's start by saying I do have a goal to take off a significant amount of weight. However, having said that, I don't expect that I'm going to take off this huge amount of weight in 1 year. Like, I don't think that's realistic. I want to take off 140 pounds. So that will bring me to where I am now, down into the 120s area, which I think is very realistic. I am 5'2.5". So I think 120s is very realistic for me, for my height, my bone structure. I think that will be fine. But I don't want to, I'm the kind of person that I will set goals, but I want them to be realistic. And I don't think it's realistic to take off 140 pounds in 1 year. Maybe some of you might disagree with that, but that's just my personal feeling. I want to do this sensibly, and I want to do this in a way that will be long lasting. So I'm okay if it takes me more than 1 year to take off all of this weight. It took me more than a year to put this weight on me. It's taken me many years to get to the size that I am now. So I have to be patient with the process, and knowing that it's not just about the numbers. There's so much more involved in this whole process. I'm undoing years of addictive patterns with eating, emotional eating, stress eating, whatever you want to call it. I need to work on the reasons behind why I am the size that I am. It's not just about fat, and it's not just about food. It's not as simple as that. There's a lot to it. So I have a lot of work to do, which I've already started doing that work, the last couple of years, since going plant-based, although I have struggled with that, but since starting this journey. So definitely weight loss is one of my goals. How I'm going to do that? Well, I'm going to continue to follow a whole foods, plant-based lifestyle with sugar, oil, and salt-free. So that's what I'm doing. I did win a scholarship to Chef AJ's Ultimate Weight Loss Program earlier back in December. However, I'm still waiting to receive that. So once I receive that, I will officially start the Ultimate Weight Loss Program. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to go ahead and continue eating this way now. So I'm already following, a salt, oil, sugar-free way of eating for the most part. I would say there's still maybe a little bit of salt. Because, you know, if I have fries, I'll have conventional ketchup, things like that. I'm not eating cookies, and I'm pretty much not eating processed foods at all anymore. I did indulge a bit over Christmas with some potato chips, but back on track. So things are going very well for me right now. But I really, you know, I'm anxious to get the information sent to me so that I can start the program and really jump in and really get in that. So that will be what I'm doing food wise to take off this 140 pounds. I would like to say, you know, 5 to 10 pounds a month would be a goal for weight loss, but I'm not going to put any numbers. I'm not going to, which, you know, some people will say, well, if you don't put a goal, set a number goal, then that's your excuse to not meet any goal. Well, no. I just don't want to put that pressure on myself because I'm a very emotional person. And if I didn't meet that goal every month, it would really bother me emotionally, and it would backfire and I would end up binging. So I don't want to do, I'm going to accept whatever weight comes off and how it comes off every month. And I'm just going to have to be happy with that because I don't want to get into a point where I start punishing myself by not eating because I'm not losing weight or because I gained, you know, because there's just, the numbers don't matter. Like I need to get away from the scale because the numbers just simply don't matter. So what I'm going to do is, I haven't been keeping track of my body measurements at all. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start taking my measurements, and I'll do that monthly. And that will be more what I judge how I'm doing, along with how my clothes fit and how I feel in general. So that's how I'm going to keep track. I will still use a scale. Like I did take a starting weight yesterday. Well, this morning, sorry, because my scale, I wasn't working yesterday. I had to get the batteries changed. But so I took a starting weight this morning. And so I think to start with, I may weigh weekly, but I'm not sure how that's going to look yet, whether I'll do it weekly or every 2 weeks or once a month. I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, but Chef AJ doesn't recommend weighing at all using a scale. So I'm going to see what she says about that. And if she recommends not using a scale, then that's what I'll do, because I want to follow, my plan is to follow the Ultimate Weight Loss Program to the letter. Like I want to just focus and be very disciplined with that. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I will take monthly update progress pictures. And that's what I will do. So that's kind of the health side of things. Another thing that we're doing as a family is we're getting a membership to our local gym, City of Surrey Rec Center. We're going to get our membership reinstated tomorrow. And then my goal from that point on is to go, I'm going to start by swimming twice a week or once or twice a week. So that will definitely be a goal. We've already set a goal as a family that we're going to go every Saturday. My husband will go work out, and I will go in the pool with Adrian, and then, you know, Adrian and I will exercise together in the pool. And then once Steve is done at the gym, then he'll come down, and then I'm going to go do laps. So that's kind of our plan, at least on Saturdays. And then I'm going to go one other day out of the week, whether I go for aquasize or just go do laps on my own, something to that effect, or go use the gym. That's what I'm going to start with. And I got a Garmin Vivo fitness tracker for Christmas, so I'm using that. And right now my goal is to get up to 5,000 steps a day. And, you know, you got to remember, people, that I am coming from a sedentary lifestyle. I'm coming from having a lot of fatigue and pain, which does interfere with my level of activity. So I need to start slow and work my way up. So that's my goals as far as activity. If I feel like I can do more, of course I will do more. But if I feel like that's too much some days, then I'm going to scale it back. Really have to pace myself, because right now I'm still, actively in a flare, and I could overdo it very easily and end up being in bed, not being able to do anything at all. So I kind of have to balance things. What else? So I've decided that I'm gonna do non-food rewards for reaching my goals or my milestones. So maybe a new pair of pants, maybe getting my nails done, maybe going and buying a new book, maybe going to a movie, something just to treat myself without using food. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to acknowledge non-scale victories. Maybe I'll do a vlog. Maybe I don't know what I'll do, but something like that. And always remembering that, this is a journey. It's a process. I'm not trying to be perfect. It's about making progress. And I'm just going to take things one day at a time and try to enjoy it. Try not to make it a difficult process, and enjoy my victories and be proud of myself when I stumble, but get right back up, because, you're never a failure if you don't quit. Like, I'm never going to quit until I reach my goal. So that's just the way it is. I have some other goals too. I want to work on getting more sleep. I'm a late owl. I tend to not get a whole lot of sleep. Sometimes at night I toss and turn. So I want to try to work on that. So I'm going to start going to bed a bit earlier every night. I'm going to start going to bed at 10 o'clock every night. 10 o'clock, like before I would go to bed at 10 o'clock, but I would have the TV on, or I would still be awake. Now I'm going to go to bed at 10, lights out, and that's it. And I'm just going to try to relax, maybe do some deep breathing, something to get myself to kind of settle down and go to sleep for the night, and see how that goes. I'd like to start reading more. I don't know how that's going to look, but I do have some books that I started, but I really want to get back into reading them, like The Pleasure Trap and The Starch Solution. And I want to read some of Chef AJ's. I want to read her Unprocessed book as well, and just some things like that. I'm working on decluttering my condo, so one thing at a time. I've made a list of everything that I want to go through, and so that'll be throughout the year that I work on that. So that's something that I'm doing. I've also joined, it's called Clear the Clutter 2017. It's a Facebook group. They're doing a January challenge, a 30-day challenge to declutter. So if you're interested, go check out the Facebook group. Every day they post something, some activity for you to do that, towards decluttering. And I would really like to do more volunteer work this year. I'm just so grateful that I'm in the place that I'm at, and there's a lot of people out there that don't have, and I don't have a lot. I mean, let's be honest here. I'm not a rich person. I live paycheck to paycheck. But there's a lot of people out there that have much less than I do, and I'm very grateful for the life that I have. It's not perfect. Sure, it could be better, but I have a roof over my head. I have a good job. I have a great family. I have goals. I have things that I want to do. I think I live a pretty good life, and yeah, I don't go out and party. I don't spend a lot of money. I don't go shopping. I don't, but those things just aren't important to me anyway. And I want to give back. Like, I would love to do volunteer work with elderly people, with kids, with homeless people, with just anything really, animals, all of that stuff. So my goal this month is to look into what kind of volunteer opportunities there are in my area and start volunteering. I want to make a difference. So that's definitely something that will work towards that goal. And as far as YouTube, well, I want to start being more active on my channel. I've reached 500 subscribers now, so I'm very, very excited about that, and, you know, very thankful for all of the people that have subscribed to follow my journey, and I'm hoping that you'll stick around and watch me as I transform myself in 2017. It's going to be exciting, and I hope to build my YouTube family even more and work on that. So I've decided that I'm going to, you know, get back to making more videos. I was thinking maybe, you know, 2 to 3 videos a week to start. And I was wondering, you know, what kind of videos people would be interested. I was thinking maybe either Mindful Mondays or Thoughtful Thursdays, Friday wrap up, or What I Eat Wednesdays. I'm not sure. So let me know in the comments what you would like to see, and I'll go take it from there. I'm going to work on doing some new intro, outro, some new channel art. I'm going to work on a trailer for my channel. Just kind of recapping, you know, why I started this journey, why I started my channel. I didn't start it to get a lot of subscribers, but I did start it to document my journey and how I, you know, how it goes for me, because I want to be able to look back on it when I'm at the end of it and say, wow, you know, look how far I've come. Because a lot of times, especially with weight loss, like, it's hard to see, like, when you've been overweight for so long. Like, I know it's a lot of it is mental, because even when I reach my goal, I'm still gonna look at myself and see a fat person. I know that. Because I really have to change my mindset. But to be able to look back on my videos and see the change over time, and look at my progress pictures and see the change over time, that's going to really help my mental status and kind of get my mind caught up with what my body looks like. Because, you know, this is a hard journey to be on. Those of you who are struggling with weight, you certainly understand, and you know what kind of journey this is. It's not easy. It's not for the faint at heart. And it's hard because, you know, any sort of addiction is so hard to overcome. And I always think of it, you know, with people who are addicted to drugs and alcohol. It's very, very hard to go through that. But if you get yourself away from it, you know, you can over time overcome that addiction. But, you know, you always have to stay away from it. You know, like they say, you know, once an alcoholic is always an alcoholic. But you can live without alcohol. You don't need alcohol to survive. You cannot live without food. You need food to survive. So that's what makes this type of addiction a little more tricky, in my opinion. And I'm not minimizing any sort of addiction out there. It's all serious, and it's all not something to be just flipped off. And that's in no way what I'm doing here. But it's hard to get over food addiction because, you know, I used to smoke. I'll say that. I used to smoke every day. I started when I was in grade 8. And I quit. So grade 8, I was, that was 1986, 87-ish. And I quit smoking in the year 2000. I quit cold turkey. I relapsed once or twice. But I managed to stay away, and I don't smoke. I haven't smoked for many years. But it was funny because I quit smoking because my husband, who I was just talking to at the time, you know, he kind of told me that he didn't really have an interest in dating a woman that smoked. So that was my motivation for quitting, number one, because he was cute and I wanted to date him. So I'm like, well, I need to quit smoking. So then I quit. And it was okay. I was fine. I moved out here. I wasn't around it anymore like I was before. But whenever I would go back home and be around my best friend or my other, you know, friends that smoked, I would smoke because it's there. It's in my face. It's a habit, right? But I'm away from it. And I don't, now I've been away from it for so long that it's not even a trigger. Like, I'm not even bothered by it. In fact, I can't stand the smell of cigarette smoke now. I hate it. But with food, like, come on, like, you can't, it's everywhere. You need it to live. So it's really hard to get over food addiction, to be able to lose weight and get your health back into control. It's hard. It's very hard. But, every day I'm working on it, and I know that I have the right tools, I have the right support, and I have a plan. So I think I'm setting myself up already for great success this year. And I hope that you all will follow along with me and encourage me along the way. And stay tuned. And yeah, so just let me know what kind of videos you want me to do, what you'd like to see, and I will go from there. And just to kind of document it right now, so I weighed myself this morning, January 2nd, 2017, and my weight right now is 255.8 pounds. I don't know when I'll do another weigh-in update, but certainly the next video I will do my measurements, and I'll do a weekly update as far as how this is all going. Probably, maybe I'll do one every Friday. I'll do a Friday wrap up. That's what I'll do. And then kind of do a wrap up of how the week went, how I'm doing. Perhaps once in a while give an update on my weight, maybe some progress pictures and measurement updates as well, but my body measurements. So anyhow, I hope you all have a great 2017 as well. And I look forward to catching you in the next video. Take care.